This is a sample audio-video presentation chapter from the book, Melodies, Movies and Memories, written by late Shri Nalin Shah. The book is published by Saarthak Prakashan, Ahmedabad. Price ₹300 inclusive of postage. Copies of the book can be ordered from Kartik Shah, mobile number 9825290796 or purchase from their website www.saarthakprakashan.com.
Then and now. As a new century was about to dawn, the film music industry was flourishing and composers were missing no opportunity to make hay before the sunset on their careers. A.R. Rahman, who came into prominence with the film Roja in 1993 for instance, was reported to have been promised 50% royalty on the sale of audio cassettes of a trilingual film which could have earned him as much as 50 lakh rupees for just one score, and that too in 1996. The high remuneration showed that music directors had come a long way from the days when they were mere pawns in the hands of producers. And to think that musicians in those days, unlike many we have now, spent their lives in perfecting their art with single-minded devotion. The music they created had a timeless appeal, though they themselves barely managed to make a living. Can one imagine that Saraswati Devi, a classical music exponent who contributed her might to the success of Bombay talkies films like Achut Kanya, 1936, Thabhi, 1938, Kangan, 1939, and Bandhan, 1940, was content to teach music without monetary consideration after she retired in the early 1950s? Whatever she earned in films was barely enough to live on. During her last days, her neighbors contributed to her hospital expenses. The legendary composer Khemchand Prakash, an exponent of Dhrupad singing and of Kathak, is remembered even to this day for his memorable music in Tansen, 1943, Sindoor, 1947, and Mahal, 1950. He made Lara's career with Aayega Aane Wala, introduced Kishore Kumar in Ziddi, 1948, and taught Naushad the rudiments of film music. But when it came to being paid for his work, he had to invent excuses such as the death of a close relative to extract money, not more than 2,000 rupees or so, from a stingy producer. When he died in 1950, his salary at Bombay talkies was just 1,500 rupees a month. In the mid-1940s, when the celebrated flutist Pannalal Ghosh demanded 500 rupees from a producer for playing in his film, the producer was shocked. What, 500 rupees for just blowing a little air in the pipe? He shouted. Yes, the ability to blow a little air in the pipe has cost me a lifetime, Ghosh coolly retorted. It is difficult in these days also to imagine someone like the celebrated singer-musician Govind Rao Temb, who refused to be tempted by the lure of money, however little, in the early 1930s when he declined an offer from the Prabhat Film Company. The reason was that Prabhat had shifted to Pune and he did not relish the idea of migrating from the serene environment of Kolhapur. For that matter, even Pankaj Malik refused to be tempted by Bombay producers to leave his beloved Calcutta. Composers such as Ghulam Mohammad, Mirza Ghalib, 1954, Pakiza, 1971, and Jamal Sen, Shokhiya, 1951, Dera, 1953, lived a frugal existence and died in a state of penury. The story of one of the most melodious composers, Vinod, Anmol Ratan, 1950, Ek One Hai Ladki, 1949, was no different. Some composers did make money, but nothing like the easy money of today. R.C. Boral, the acknowledged father of Hindi film music, for instance, was the highest paid composer, 1,200 rupees per month in new theatres, in the 1930s. When Ghulam Haider was offered the highest ever, 25,000 rupees, in the film Fool, 1945, by K. Asif, followed by Mehboob's offer of rupees 1 lakh in Humayun, 1945, it became the talk of the town. Naushad, after the unprecedented success of Ratan, 1944, for which he was paid 8,000 rupees, was the first composer in Bombay to assert himself. But he refused to take up more than 1 or 2 films a year and had the courage to refuse an offer of rupees 1 lakh for Azad, 1955, because he was required to do a rush job. Shankar Jaikishan made some money outside the RK Films fold. O.P. Nair extracted a good price from his producers. Despite their success, they were far behind present-day music directors in earning and business acumen. The poet and storywriter D.N. Madhok was probably the only exception in the matter of earning. He reportedly made Rs 1 lakh per film in the early 1940s, though by the time he retired, he had spent every penny on his lavish lifestyle and on helping the needy. When I met A.R. Rahman at his house in Chennai in 1998, he told me that he was not interested in joining the rat race in Bombay. Eventually he too couldn't help being part of it. This is a sample audio-video presentation chapter from the book Melodies, Movies and Memories, written by late Shri Nalin Shah. The book is published by Saarthak Prakashan, Ahmedabad. Price, Rs 300, inclusive of postage. Copies of the book can be ordered from Kartik Shah. Mobile number 9825290796. Or purchase from their website www.saarthakaprakashan.com. This audio-video presentation is prepared by me for the sole purpose of promotion of the book by Shri Nalin Shah. All contents, images, photographs, layout of the book etc. are used for this purpose only. Copyrights for all the materials used remain with the respective owners. Vinay Shah.